hearing from PD logging in now.
Okay.
He's in.
All right, so first we'll do roll call. I'm sorry, Lindsay, do you just capture that? That's typically what Rachel has done.
I sure can. Yep,
Okay.
I can definitely do that, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Then if I could please get an approval of the agenda for the May 18th meeting of the Sex Offender Residency Board.
Move to approve the minutes from the last.
Can I get a second on that?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then I need to get an approval of the minutes from the April 20th meeting of the Sex Offender Residency Board.
Make a motion to approve.
Is there a
I'll second
second?
that. I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Our first regular business is the appeal of Jason Hall requesting to move to 425 Fifth Street. Jason, you have appeared before the board back in February, and at that time, I asked you to come back to our May meeting because we needed an update because your attorney had filed for a motion for an extension. Is that correct? I'm sorry, Jason, we can't hear you. No.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
I don't know what had gone on. If I may, there is a, could I put in a correction? It's, I'm asking to stay at 425 Fifth Street, not move.
Let's see here. So we had, all right, yeah, it looks like, Deanna, do you know why we have him coming back then? Has he once, I don't see that he had been actually approved, it's all been temporary.
It's all been temporary. He's just, he was asked to come back to give an update because I believe his attorney was supposed to file something in his appeal case. So he was asked to come back to the May meeting to give an update.
Okay,
Yes,
understand that, Jason?
yes.
Okay, so where are you?
Where am I? I'm at 425 Fifth Street at the apartment right now.
I mean, where are you in your case?
Right now, she has filed for a motion to, she wants to file for an appeal under new evidence. But since there's an appeal in the appellate court level, and Attorney McQueen probably can vouch for this, you cannot have two appeals going on at two different levels at the same time. So now she has filed to dismiss the appeal at the appellate court level so she can renew evidence at the circuit court level. And right now we're waiting to hear back from the appellate court.
So really, there's no change in what you're really able to talk to us about because of the fact that you have the appeal going on.
Correct. There's actually multiple appeals in the process right now.
What was that last part that you said?
She's a appeal in the process right now. So yes, there is at least one appeal going on.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Hall?
I guess my question to the rest of the board is how long do we give him to go through this process? We're waiting for a decision to be made because right now he's denying the accusations, right? That's why he's going through the appeal process, so he can't talk about any type of rehab work. So we're kind of just sitting in limbo. At what point does the board not feel comfortable continuing to give an extension before making a final decision?
Well, I'll tell you where I am. Back in October when he came before us the first time, I was against it. He can't tell us really anything. I'm not comfortable with it. I mean, he's been in the community now since October of 2021. Is that correct, Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Yep. I'm hoping that he has not been in any trouble. I'm not sure if Green Bay PD Officer Gary can verify that, and I apologize if you're not an officer and you're of rank.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Lieutenant Gearing. I
Okay.
can check for you quick and I'll let you know in a second.
Okay, thank you. Jason, have you, while he's checking, can you tell us?
I have not had any police contact at all.
And no
Other
probation
than-
violations?
No probation violations. Been to all my extended supervision meetings on them. Had two where my heel came to check it out. She's no complaints.
Okay. Other board members feel while Lieutenant Garion is looking that information up, if you want to talk about it.
A question for Mr. Hall. When is this appeal supposed to be decided?
I cannot give any timeline on that. This whole appeal process started the day I was sentenced. So right now we've been sitting in this appeal process for 5 years. And part of it was due to the COVID situation, so I'm actually hoping to get it resolved fairly quickly, but I don't know how long it will take. I cannot even venture a guess on that.
You're gainfully employed, is that correct?
Yes, I am. I am employed at Fighter Tech Nonwovens. I work 40 plus hours there every week.
If we were to deny your appeal, what would you do after that?
I don't know where I would move. I have no other place to live. I don't know what to say. I mean, it would be detrimental to my situation.
All right, thank you.
Jason, can you confirm, did you serve 5 years in prison? Or have you been?
Yes, I can.
Yes, so you did serve 5 years in prison?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I just checked on Mr. Hall and he is correct. Since his release, we have had no contact with him.
Okay, thank you. Do any of the other board members have anything they'd like to talk about or ask?
I have a question. Jason, are you on the bracelet right now?
No, I am not.
Okay,
It is not a requirement for me.
thank you.
Yep.
All right, if no one else has anything to say, I believe, Sarah, you're here to speak on his behalf? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
All right, Sarah, if you can please state your name and your address for the record.
My name is Sarah Hall, and I live at 225 West Boarding Glory Drive in Clintonville.
Okay, and what would you like to say?
My dad is just trying to get his life back together, and I would greatly appreciate it if he can have the opportunity to get his life back together. And I would like it if if you guys let him stay. It would mean a lot to me and him, because he's trying to get his life together. He's working really hard to do that. And I hopefully soon he will.
Well, how often do you see your dad?
Every other weekend, so like 2 weeks. It's like every other weekend.
And did you see him while he was in custody? Did you visit him while he was in prison?
Yes.
How often would you say you saw him?
I couldn't really say, maybe 2 months, maybe if that.
You saw him for a total of 2 months?
I think so, yeah. I don't really remember much. If I'm lucky, I get to see him for 2 months.
Anybody have any other questions for Sarah?
No, I'm here.
All right, Sarah, thank you.
May I speak?
I'm sorry, did somebody have a question?
Yes, may I speak up? This is Joseph Hall, Jason's brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was another individual. Go ahead, Jason, please state your name and address for the record.
It's Joseph Hall.
Joseph.
1149 South Oakland, Green Bay.
Okay.
Sarah couldn't go and see him very often. She doesn't drive, and she was dependent upon me living in Green Bay. I would go up and pick up my mother when she was still alive up in Surrey, and then we would go over and pick up Sarah from Clintonville, and then drive him or her to Oshkosh. We didn't do it very often because of COVID, but we, other than that, we were taking them about every 2 to 2.5 months.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that my speech is a little off. I had a stroke a few months ago, but I'm here to try to help with this situation so that Jason can stay there.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody have questions for him?
None here.
I'd also like to say I'm only a few blocks away from him, and also he does come over here to see me. So he does have some support in the area.
Okay.
I have a question for Jason.
Yes.
So, Jason, one of the things I'm hung up on is, one of the things we're supposed to look at is remorse. Are they remorseful about the situation? And I think it's kind of hard to be remorseful when you're appealing the situation that happened. So, what can you speak to about being remorseful about what happened?
Well, I had put myself into a situation that ended up being where I cannot, without, I don't know how to put this, where I put myself in a situation that it was one person versus another, and I should never have put myself in that situation. I know that that was a stupid mistake of me, but yet with the appeal, I just saying that it did not go down as what was presented in court. But I am very remorseful of putting myself into a situation where I had no way of showing what actually happened. And it has cost me a lot with my family. I lost my family, lost my job there, what I had, lost 5 years being in prison. It hurt. I lost a lot.
So I think, you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to weigh, is this somebody who's going to repeat offend, and is the situation that you're going into, the location you're going to live in, is that going to give you more temptation to commit a similar crime? And I don't feel like that, you know, the situation that you're in, the house that you're living in, I don't think that's going to make you more susceptible to repeating a crime that you've been convicted of. I think I'm in favor of approving the appeal, and I don't think there's any benefit to delaying this any further or waiting for your appeal through the appellate court system. I don't know what we would gain as a sex offender residency board based on a conclusion in that matter. So I'm in favor of approving your appeal to live at that location. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Alex. This man has done 5 years in prison. He's working a job, contributing to society, and has not committed any more crimes or had any probation violations. I think we should go ahead and move to approve.
I have a question. Jason, you had 5 years in, how much time you have out? On paper?
I have just over 4 years on paper yet.
Okay, so if you do anything between now and then, you would end up going back and finishing your sentence?
Yes.
Okay. With that, I would say I'd again approve with everyone else.
All right, does somebody want to make a motion then?
Move to approve address specific.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Opposed. All right, Mr. Hall, you are approved to reside and continue to stay at 425 Fifth Street. If you do decide to move, you will need to come back before the board.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, next on the agenda is the appeal of Gerald Mccormick. And Mr. McCormick, you are appearing via phone. All right. So it has been a while since you have been here. The last time you were here, you were here back in August of 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us why you're requesting to move?
Because the apartment I live in, since I moved in, I was paying $650, but within the last year, he raised it up to $950, and I can't afford that. So I found another place for $750 that I can afford.
Okay. And are you still currently working?
Yeah, I work part-time.
Okay. And where is
I have
it?
a disability.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I do want to ask, because we do have some newer board members, if you want to have Mr. McCormick talk about what he was convicted of. You need him to talk about that?
I read everything that you sent. I'm well versed, thank you.
Okay.
I did as well. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. So is there anybody who has any questions for Mr. McCormick?
None here?
Okay. I'm just gonna ask, Mr. McCormick, have you been in any trouble since you have seen us last? are you still currently, I don't think you're on probation anymore, correct?
Yes, I'm still on probation. I get off in, 24.
In 24? But
Yes, ma'am.
is that for a different offense other than
Yeah,
the?
that's a different, yes, ma'am, that's a different offense. I've been off probation for my, sexual offense, crime since, 2007.
Okay. And are you on probation for the possession of marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So since you were here last in 2020, have you had any further law violations or any probation violations?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and if Lieutenant Gehring could verify that for us, please.
I'm sorry, what did you need again? I was looking up some information on him.
Yeah, I just want to know if Mr. McCormick has had any further law contact since August of 2020.
Okay, I'll let you know in a second.
Okay, thank you. While he's researching that, did the board members have any questions for Mr. McCormick?
I'm here.
No, okay. You know, depending upon what Lieutenant Gehring finds out, I really don't have an issue with this. He's been out, living on his own for quite some time and really hasn't had any issues. His sex offense was back in 1998, which he only served 1 year in the county jail. So I don't have a problem at all approving this. Again, barring what Lieutenant Gehring finds out.
Okay, no, we have nothing on him since then.
Okay, thank you. All right. Is there anybody who would like to make a motion? Or any further discussion?
To approve address specific?
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, perfect. Mr. McCormick, you are approved for address specific, which is 1542 Cass Street, apartment C.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
All right, thank you. You have a great day too, all y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay, that concludes our meeting. However, our next meeting is scheduled for June 20th. But Deanna, I felt you and I had a conversation that we might be looking at moving that to a different date.
That is the new date. Originally, it would have been the third Wednesday, which I believe was the 15th. So that is the
Oh.
fourth Wednesday. And I do have it noted that Alex is not available for that meeting.
Okay, all right. So our next meeting is scheduled 4 p.m. We will continue to be strictly Zoom, is that correct?
Yes, as of now, I did check with IT, and they are waiting for some parts to be able to convert the conference rooms. They're on back order, so we don't know for sure when we're going to get it. They were hoping they would get the parts sometime next month, but it's still up in the air.
Okay, perfect. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to discuss before we adjourn?
No, just reiterating that I won't be there. So Faye, you're back in June.
Oh, Faye, you're muted.
Yeah.
Am I back in, or is that only if you don't have 3?
It's usually if we don't have 3, but if you wanted to attend on his behalf, I think you can, right, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Yes, you can sub in, I guess, for any time where anything less than a full board.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Lieutenant Gehring, thank you for joining us today. If there's somebody who would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
To adjourn?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a
All
good
right,
day,
thank
everybody.
you. Bye, guys.